Okay, let's give you guys some practice. So I'm going to give you an equation, for example, y equals x squared plus 8. And then I'm going to ask you to sketch this. So to sketch this, get yourself a scrap piece of paper and just sketch it something like this. So x squared, in your mind, you would visualize x squared as this. And then when you add 8, you drag up everything by 8. So everything moves up by 8. So your final graph will look something like this. Your final graph will look something like this. And then label this as 8. And then put the equation here. So y equals x squared plus 8. So your final answer should look something like this. Okay. So let me give you another one. So for example, sketch this for me. Y equals x squared minus 3. So sketch something like this and just roughly sketch what this graph will look like. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this, your eye should zoom into this bit here. Draw the y equals x squared, which looks like this, which looks something like this. And then here you drag everything down by 3. So everything here moves down by 3. So your overall graph will look something like this. So when you come to do this, hang on. When you come to do, oops, hang on, bear with me. When you come to do something like this, just draw it like this, and then label this as -3, and then your equation here, x squared minus 3. Okay, so this would be your final answer. Okay, next one. Y equals, oh, by the way, y equals x to the power of 3. I'm expecting you to know this already. It looks something like this. And if you can't remember, put 0 into here. 0 to the power of 3 is actually 0. And then if you just imagine this to be 2, then put 2 into here. 2 to the power of 3 means 2 times 2 times 2. That would be 8. So imagine this thing here as 8. And then if you can't, if you put -2 into here, -2 times -2 times -2. Well, I'm just going to merge these two together. 2 times 2 would be 4, but then 2 negatives would be a positive. So this block here will become 4, and then you've got a -2 here. This times this would be 8, and then you've got 1 negative, so that becomes -8. The point is that at -2, it would jump down here. So this here would be -8. So the point is that if you're trying to sketch x to the power of 3 and you can't remember, put 0 into here. 0 into here would be 0. Put 2 into the x here. You know it's going to be 8 somewhere up here. Put -2 into there, and then you know it's going to jump to -8. Somewhere down here, -8, somewhere down here. So you know your graph will look something like this. Anyway, x to the power of 3 looks like this. Looks like this. Okay, so I'm asking you to draw y equals x to the power of 3 minus 2. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this, x to the power of 3 looks like this. Minus 2, you would drag everything down by 2, so it's going to look something like this. So when you come to do it, it will look something like this. It will look well. Label this as a -2, and then it will look something like this. So this is your final answer: x to the power of 3 minus 2. Okay. So next one, y equals -x squared plus 5. I'm just going to switch these two around. You've got one block plus another block. I'm going to switch these two around. So you've got a block of 5, and then minus x squared. Because what's happening here is you've got plus here, and then you've got negative x squared. So now it feels uncomfortable having this negative in here. You can actually take it out. So it looks like this. It looks like this. Negative x squared. So this thing here, you can rewrite it as 5 minus x squared. Well, anyway, Anyway, sketch this for me. Y equals 5 minus x squared. So this is a negative quadratic. Well, anyway, sketch it. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this, you would sketch this graph first in your mind. In your mind, sketch this. That's your x squared. But because you've got a negative x squared here, you've got to sketch this graph here. Negative x squared will look like this. And then here you add 5. So you drag everything up by 5. You drag up everything up by 5. So let me start again. So when given this, 5 minus x squared, in your mind, picture negative x squared, which will look like this, and then you add 5. So you drag everything up by 5, so it looks like this. So your final answer would be this. And then this here would be positive 5. So this is y equals, well, you can have it like this, or you can have it like this, 5 minus x squared. Okay, so this is your final answer. Okay, next one. Sketch this graph here, y equals negative x squared, and then take away 6. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so looking at this, you can see it's a negative x squared. So in your mind, well, x squared looks like this. This is y equals x squared. Negative x squared will look like this, an upside down version. So this is y equals negative x squared. And then you've got to drag everything down by 6. So drag everything down by 6. So it will look something like this. And then label this as negative 6. So your final answer will look like this. Negative x squared minus 6. So this is your final answer. Okay. So next one. Y equals, let's say, x squared plus 3. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this, x squared, so picture this in your mind, and then it goes through the origin, don't forget. Picture this in your mind and then add 3, so drag everything up by 3, drag everything up by 3, so it will look something like this, and label this as 3. So this is y equals x squared plus 3. So this is your final answer here. Okay.